You know that feeling? You're in a team, things are clicking along, and you just feel this pull to do more, to
Yeah.
really help your colleagues out, maybe even, nudge things in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether you've got the title, like assistant team leader, or you just want to be more effective.
Exactly. But where do you actually focus? What makes the biggest difference? That's what we're digging into today. The real core of leading a team well.
Think of it as a bit of a shortcut, maybe.
Yeah, a shortcut to understanding the key principles.
And we've been looking at something quite interesting, these interview questions for assistant team leader jobs.
Right.
And what's great about them is they really cut to the chase. They surface the core responsibilities, the essential skills you actually need.
Precisely. So our mission here isn't just, running through questions. It's about extracting the useful stuff.
The actionable insights.
Yes. Those things anyone can use to, well, be better in a team, title or no title. Okay, let's jump in. That first question, it's fundamental. Motivation. Why even want this kind of role?
And the common answer, or at least a good one, is something like, I really enjoy helping teams do their best work.
Okay.
But it's more than just the words, right? It hints at something deeper, this sort of intrinsic drive.
Hmm.
People who feel that way, they're often more engaged.
How so?
Well, they're more likely to spot problems proactively, maybe suggest solutions, not just wait to be told what to do. It's a subtle thing, but it suggests real investment.
That makes total sense. So if you're listening and want to contribute more, finding that internal drive, genuinely wanting the team to win, that's kind of the starting point.
It really is.
Okay, but let's be real. Teams mean people. People mean sometimes friction, conflict. The next question tackles that. How do you handle it?
Yeah, it's unavoidable, isn't it? The strong answer is always stress dealing with it quickly, objectively.
Before it festers.
Exactly. And making sure everyone feels heard first
Yeah.
before trying to mediate. The principles are, pretty straightforward but vital. Open communication, respect, focus on the issue, not the person.
Right, don't make it personal.
But the key insight is why it's important. Unresolved conflict just eats away at trust, at productivity. So dealing with it well protects the team's foundation.
And those skills, listening, mediating respectfully, they're useful for anyone on the team, not just a leader.
Absolutely invaluable.
Okay, so you manage conflict. What about the general approach? Leadership style comes up next. What works best in this kind of supportive role?
The consensus really points towards a collaborative style,
Meaning?
empowering people, offering guidance, support, not just orders, actively building a positive, sort of inclusive atmosphere.
And the benefit isn't just like everyone feeling good.
No, it goes beyond that. Collaboration encourages ownership. People share ideas more freely. They feel more invested. It creates this collective intelligence. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
So it's about nurturing the environment.
Precisely. Less directing, more enabling.
Got it. Okay, practicalities. An assistant team leader, or frankly anyone busy, how do they juggle everything? Prioritization and organization.
You hear about the tools, naturally. To-do lists, scheduling apps, that kind of thing.
Sure, the usual suspects.
But the really crucial bit seems to be alignment. Checking in with the team leader, the supervisor, making sure your priorities match the team's priorities.
Ah, so it's not just managing your own list, but making sure your list fits the bigger picture.
Exactly. It ensures effort is focused where it matters most strategically. And for you listening, even managing your own work, understanding those bigger company goals helps you prioritize your own tasks for maximum impact.
Work smart, not just hard. Makes sense. Okay, what about when someone's not quite pulling their weight, motivating team members, especially addressing underperformance?
This is interesting. The examples often focus on constructive feedback, specific, helpful,
Not just do better.
right? And offering specific training, maybe. And importantly, recognizing small wins, improvements along the way. It shows a developmental mindset.
So seeing it as a chance for growth, not just a failure.
Exactly. You're investing in them, building capability, building confidence. It's long-term thinking. And again, anyone can apply this. Acknowledging a colleague's effort, offering help, that can be really motivating.
Seeing potential and nurturing it. Okay, now it's easy to get lost in the daily grind. How does a good assistant team leader make sure the team's work actually connects to the company's big goals, aligning team and organizational goals?
Yeah, this is critical. It's about being that link, clearly communicating the big picture, the why,
Okay.
then breaking it down. What does that mean for us as a team? What are our objectives? And then what does each person need to do?
Making it tangible.
Yes. and regularly reminding everyone how their piece fits in. It reinforces purpose, builds that shared mission.
People definitely work harder when they see the point.
Okay, let's circle back to underperformance because it's tricky. There's a specific question on how to address it.
And the suggested approach is quite thoughtful. Start with a private chat. Really try to understand the reasons behind it. Is it skills, motivation, something else?
Get to the root cause.
Then work together on an improvement plan. Specific goals, measurable things, and offer support resources, check-ins.
So it's collaborative, not punitive.
Absolutely. Solution-focused. Developmental. How can we help you succeed? That framework is useful even peer-to-peer if you see someone struggling.
It's like coaching, really.
Uh,
Okay, another key leadership task, delegation. How to do it well.
It's more than just handing off tasks, right? Good delegation involves matching tasks to people's strengths, but also their development areas.
So it can be a growth opportunity, too.
Definitely. And ensuring the workload is fair, of course. Plus, it frees up the leader for more strategic thinking. Right. And for the listener, learning to delegate effectively, even in small ways on projects, helps manage your own workload and empowers others. It's a win-win.
Exactly. Builds capacity all around.
Okay, reality check. Things get stressful, deadlines loom, pressure mounts. How does an effective leader handle that pressure?
The advice is solid and honestly useful for anyone. Stay calm, first off.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True, but crucial. Then break down the big scary task into smaller steps. Communicate clearly with the team what's happening, any hurdles, and don't be afraid to ask for help, either from your boss or maybe negotiating a deadline if needed.
So stay calm, break it down, communicate, seek support. Practical stuff.
Very practical. Essential survival skills in any job, really.
Good point. Now, focusing back on the assistant part of the title, how do they typically support the main team leader or manager?
A lot of it is about smooth operations. Overseeing the day-to-day stuff, being a reliable channel for updates, passing info up and down, acting as a liaison.
Keeping things running?
Exactly. Making sure workflows are smooth, everyone's informed. And again, even without the title, you can do this. Proactively supporting your manager, keeping colleagues looped in, that helps the whole team run better.
Being that dependable person. Okay, what if things do go wrong? A deadline gets missed. How is that handled?
The focus should be on understanding why. Have a one-on-one. What happened?
No finger pointing initially.
Right. Then work together on solutions. Was the workload too high? Did they need different tools or support? Maybe timelines need adjusting. It's about learning from it, fixing the process if needed, not just blaming.
Constructive problem solving. Okay, so how do you know if the team is actually doing well? Measuring success.
It's tempting to just look at the numbers, KPIs, tasks completed, right?
Sure, the hard metrics.
But good leaders look broader. How well is the team collaborating? What's the general morale like? Engagement? Are they actually hitting the goals and deadlines consistently? It's a more holistic view.
Because a happy, collaborative team usually produces better results long-term anyway.
Often, yes, that positive culture underpins sustainable success.
Makes sense. Now, new people joining the team. Onboarding. What's the best practice there?
A structured approach is key. Shadowing, maybe some hands-on tasks early on, but with support. Regular check-ins are vital. Make it easy to ask questions.
Create that safe space.
Exactly. Offer ongoing support, maybe mentorship. Fundamentally make them feel welcome and included right from the start. It sets the tone.
Absolutely. First impressions matter. Okay, teams today are often diverse in many ways. How does a leader manage that effectively? Leverage it, even.
It's about actively promoting inclusion, genuinely valuing different perspectives, different ways of communicating.
Not just tolerating differences, but valuing them.
Yes, and finding that shared purpose, that common goal that unites everyone despite their different backgrounds or styles. An equitable, inclusive environment isn't just ethical, it leads to better ideas, stronger problem solving.
Diversity is a strength. Got it. Okay, if we boil it all down, what are the absolute core strengths needed for this kind of role?
Well, looking at the kinds of questions asked, certain things keep coming up. Communication, huge. Organization, empathy, staying calm under pressure, motivating people, solving problems effectively. These are the bedrock skills.
And they're valuable skills for anyone, really, not just leaders.
Totally transferable.
Yeah.
They make you a better colleague, a better contributor, period.
Okay. The interview material even gave an example of a successful project. What was that?
Yeah, it was about coordinating a system upgrade across different departments.
Okay, sounds complex.
It involved creating a clear timeline, assigning tasks smartly based on who knew what, keeping everyone in the loop with regular updates, and apparently they finished early without major issues.
So a concrete case of applying those skills, planning, communication, coordination to get a result.
Exactly. It shows how these abstract skills translate into tangible success.
Very useful. Now, what about when a leader makes a call and the team questions it? How should they respond?
This is a sign of mature leadership. The advice is, listen, really hear the concerns, explain your reasoning clearly. But crucially, be open to adjusting the plan if they raise valid points.
So, not being defensive.
Right. It shows you value their input, fosters trust, and often leads to better decisions anyway. It's about collaboration, not dictatorship.
Leading with confidence, but also humility. Okay. Back to the individual leader, personal organization. How do they keep themselves on track?
It reinforces the earlier point, using digital tools effectively, keeping lists updated, prioritizing ruthlessly what's urgent and important, and scheduling time for follow-up so things don't fall through the cracks.
Personal effectiveness enables team effectiveness.
Absolutely, you have to have your own house in order. So that's a good example too.
True. Now, the interview asked about a greatest achievement. What kind of example really lands well?
One that often resonates is something focused on people, like an initiative that reduced staff turnover because they improved onboarding or mentoring.
Ah, so impacting the team's stability and satisfaction.
Exactly. It leads to higher morale, better cohesion, a more productive environment long term. It shows impact beyond just hitting immediate targets. It's about building a strong, sustainable team.
That makes a powerful statement. Okay, last key area. Feedback. Giving and receiving it. What's the approach?
It needs to be a two-way street. Approach with a growth mindset. When giving feedback, be specific. Focus on behavior you observe. Make it constructive. Be respectful.
Actionable, not judgmental.
Precisely. And just as important, maybe more so, actively seek feedback on your own leadership. Welcome it. See it as a gift, an opportunity to improve. It fuels continuous development for everyone.
That feedback loop is essential. Okay, wow, we've covered a lot, pulling from those interview questions. As we wrap up this deep dive, what are the main takeaways for effective assistant team leadership?
I think it really comes down to a supportive, collaborative mindset. That's the foundation. Then layer on strong communication and organization skills, genuine empathy, and a real focus on growing both individuals and the team as a whole.
And for you listening, remember, these ideas aren't just for people with leader in their job title.
Not at all.
It's a really valuable framework for anyone who wants to contribute more effectively, make a bigger impact in their team.
Absolutely. So maybe final thought to leave you with.
Go for it.
Think about which of these areas we discussed, communication, conflict, motivation, organization, whatever, which one resonates most with you right now or with your goals? And then consider, how could you consciously try to apply just one or two of those principles in your very next team interaction? Maybe even today or tomorrow.
Just a small step.
Yeah. What difference might that actually make
Yeah.
to the team and to how effective you feel? Something to ponder.